time. And then you have Terrorblade plus Disruptor into Doom Mirana. I don't consider Doom Mirana particularly like strong off-lane duo. So I feel like Aster could potentially win all 3 lanes here.
So we'll have to see if Aster can do so. And see if Team Bright can kind of keep the momentum, keep themselves moving forward overall. Because I don't know if many viewers, or even myself, expected Bright to be this far into the qualifier.
And they did a good job so far, but we'll have to see. This might be their last stop, like, especially with draft in game number 1. Aster, 4 heroes in the mid lane, and seems like XXS, he'll just go bottom, try to body block.
Yeah, when these two teams met in the DPC in the Tour 3, their series lasted 44 minutes total, with Aster taking that 2-0 in a 26-minute game and then an 18-minute game. So the skill is certainly split there. And Irving already, I mean, the damage on him, it's going to be easy first blood coming through. And it will be Monet. Ooh, actually, I thought Monet wanted it, but he helped it for Sumail. Yeah.
And Sumail even tips him in the end. He knew exactly what Monet is doing. He was waiting. Maybe if he misses uphill, he would go for that kill, but did a body block, wanted to secure the matchup even more. I feel like Team Aster is just a bunch of bros with Sumail. They really respect him. You can tell the way they played around him, and also stuff like this, because, you know, it's a good matchup for Invoker. He already started with the Bracer. We've seen a lot of Bracers being built on Invoker. He also had like double Bracer queued up, and now he's gonna change things around a bit. Because you lost the Quas region, so you need something. You need some kind of regeneration.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You want to know what's a fun fact? You know, everybody remembers Sumail being this young superstar. Obviously, he wins TI at such a young age.
He's still young.
He is still young. But did you know he's older than XXS? And XXS has been around forever.
Yeah, so
that's insane.
Some of these players are like extremely young, because he also started like
16 or 14.
Like 14, yeah.
Yeah, he was playing for DK very early on. He was playing for DK in 2015, so that made him, yeah, like 15, 16 when he was playing for that team. It's so crazy. He's only 23, and we've been talking about XXS since I started casting, at least so long ago. But they have both used their youth wisely. Me, not so much.
Yeah, you use it to skip school.
Yeah, and forget all that French. Oh gosh, 2 minutes into this one, and in 9-2 already for Monet. We have seen time and time again Monet kind of just dominate the carry position. He's been a little bit more inconsistent, I would say, at times, because there was definitely a point, not through this year, but maybe last year. Obviously, the 1v1's not exactly there, but there were times where I would have said, hey, I want Monet over Ame with how well he had been playing.
Yeah, Monet has been super stable, but I think it comes down also, like, Aster not doing too hot, because, like, most of their results have been, I would say, 7th, 8th place so far at every major event that they attended. Riyadh Masters included as well. So they're aiming for that, like, top 3 with the players that they have. So might come down to that. And there's the first skill on the Andy.
And Hiduti already having to deal with this Kaka XXS combination. And they're going to play it aggressively. Arcane Curse with a couple of right clicks and just looking to drain out a little bit of that mana with the level 1 of the mana break. It's certainly interesting to see how XXS builds the chemistry with Kaka, because when you think about it overall, XXS and Bobica, they held the record and now by a lot. They still hold the record, and it's probably going to stay till the end of Dota. As a duo that played together for like 1,700 games. Now that's broken, Kaka kind of has to come in here, and you got to think, when's the meshing going to start?
So far, I think they're doing okay. Let's check
top lane.
Imitator has
leap
charges available.
One more. Yeah, there it is. The reflection coming in handy. Getting that kill and taking out that Mirana. So Monet's got another kill in this lane, and he's leading the CS chart by a good margin over his lane opponent. Doom only 16 CS.
They're gonna refill Phoenix's bottle. Sumail doing good, 19 and 5 on Ember, double bracer, magic wand, a lot of stats. This is what you want to buy on Invoker nowadays because he is universal hero after all. And now, let's see, it's just going to be straight up Midas. I feel like you can get away with Midas considering the start that you're having right now. And also you have a bit of a global presence with the Exort build. You have Glimpse to set things up and also Lion. So that's going to be easy way to set things up in both side lanes.
Yeah. You know, you did say they were looking to fill up the bottle of Phoenix, and I was like, where? What? There's a Phoenix in this game?
Phoenix mid.
Irving is going to be glimpsed back, but the damage on a Monet coming in strong. A look for the Sunstrike that lands on Irving, but not until Monet's dead. That is a solid turnaround there coming in from Team Bright to slow down the progression of this Terrorblade, who felt like they were off to the races to really start this first game.
Yeah, not too bad of a start. Anti-Mage doing well in the lane, even though he died once. They're now going to start to put slightly more pressure because Silencer doesn't really scale with levels as much. He's really good at like level 1, level 2, level 3, but once you get to like level 4 or 5, you don't really feel much the difference. Oh, Kaka, he went the other way. XXS is now in trouble.
Yeah, Arcane Curse on him. He's trying to look and search and find, but won't grab that kill onto the Brewmaster, who will pop a salve, so he's going to be able to stay into the lane. At least for the moment, he's staying in the lane as the Hex is used to get that sentry out of the way. Out of mana for XXS. Like you said, is he going to rely too much on a lot of mana? Not really, but he's got a Mango. He's got a full wand ready to go. And Kaka, of course, he's got mana drain, so he can just slurp some up and have some ready.
He can also use mana drain on XXS now because before it was tied to level 15 talent. Now it doesn't cost any mana, so even if all your mana is gone, you can still use it, and you can also replenish mana on Brewmaster. So big upgrade.
Yeah, definitely. Good counterspell. Counterspell is kind of insane to me at level 4. 3-second cooldown.
It's like 45 mana. Anti-Mage doesn't really have much mana, but yeah, 3-second cooldown, 1.2 second duration. It's a good spell, and now you can upgrade Counterspell Ally. Like, we were really creative with naming the spells recently.
And what did they do? They turned the icon to the opposite direction and made it purpler.
Yeah.
They're going to try and steal the Wisdom Rune, and Pichu was able to grab it. So both Wisdom Runes going to Aster. He will give up his life for this, and they are looking for a high 5. It's going to take him a long time. Okay. And slams that base down on his head, that axe base. But they played Ring Around the Rosie for kind of a long time.
Oof, man, this Mirana doesn't rely so much on levels. It doesn't really matter if she's level 4, 5, or 6. Like, looking at the bigger picture, sure, you won't have Moonlight Shadow, but for Silencer, it does matter. And also on the other side, you have Disruptor, who's about to crack level 5, and Kaka level 5.5. So we'll
First
have that
gonna be early.
available really quick.
Looking for Irving. Kaka's coming in. Glimpse, Kinetic Field, Sunstrike, all coming through. They've got the Hex to follow it up. And they make it look that easy. Well, that's all going on. I mean, they want to get this kill on the Invoker. Sumail trying to survive. There's 3 heroes here, and he's doing a pretty good job so far. Eventually, Undyne will make him die. And let's see if they can at least try and steal 1 life out of this. It might be Phoenix. Cinderbrew placed onto the ground. Instead, they're going to focus their attention on the Imitator. Well, Slight coming through as well as an Arcane Curse and draining some of that mana from Undyne.
They might clean up here.
Slight, Arcane Curse, and eventually he's going to die. Phoenix thinking about going for that Courier of Kakas, but they've got a couple of kills that happen over mid. Still, while that's going on, Monet is farming for free, but they are starting to rack up the numbers on this one, and Sumail, with some help from Kaka, might be able to get a kill on either him or even Phoenix, but he's going to throw a Remnant and get some distance, and Kaka's got to be careful sitting solo. Starstorm basically nullifying that salve.
Sumail gets to deny. There's also Little Kobold with the prospecting aura, followed Sumail for a while. Sumail also opted to go for like more early game oriented build, getting the power treads, buying the chainmail, so investing all of the money into smaller items, does not want to get like slighted, so chainmail, extra 4 armor comes in very handy. Kaka does have Finger available, 9.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they might be able to get this kill. Earth Spike and no mana. They were trying to get a kill into Phoenix. They throw the arrow over. They're still going to take out Kaka in return, and both supports are back over towards mid for the side of Team Bright.
Really good moves from Bright.
Yeah,
both supports making a rotation. Phoenix will come back to the mid lane, full HP, full mana, and they might even try to kill on Sumail one more time if he gets the chains off.
This is looking really good for them. Aster looking pretty sloppy within these first 10 minutes. Glimpse. They go to the Cold Snap on Undyne, but nothing really doing here. This whole time, though, it's like Monet just farm for free, right?
Yeah, but so is Doom. Doom is catching up, has 1 point in Devour, going for Hand of Midas. Ulti is available. He needs to have, level 3 Glimpse.
Ooh, there it is. But the arrow coming forward, they've got the supports once again to show up and deter them from moving in for that kill. Liking the moves that they're making quite a bit.
Kaka, this has to be one of the worst feelings in the game, where you're like level 6 on Lion, 9 minutes into the game, and you can't find an opening. Like, you didn't have mana to use the Finger.
Yeah.
Oh, the backstab, but he's underneath the ward, so they know something is up. He2T will immediately TP top.
They're going mid again. They just want to continue on this. Arrow's going to hit Kaka. And they've got the Arcane Curse as well as the Starstorm. Look at that damage. Last word comes out and they'll get the kill. Earth Spike, Cold Snap, XXS making the rotation. Sunstrike, that lands on Undyne. So there should be a trade as that urn ticks him away.
Oh man, Kaka straight up not having a good time after relatively good laning stage.
Yeah.
He was 1-0
Doom?
first Doom.
Yeah, used on XXS and he's dead. Phoenix getting that kill, and it's just been a party mid the entire time. Now Kaka coming in again. He really wants to use this Finger. They're going to get the kill on Irving before he's able to show up.
Guys, stop. I want to get this Finger charge.
Stack,
even
please.
Monet was forced to TP to the mid lane to help out because he feels like they don't have enough damage. Both supports on Aster were really high level, but didn't do anything with it. Like we were talking about Pichu, because he also snatched the enemy XP rune. He's still level 5. This combo, Mirana plus Ember Spirit, caused a lot of issues so far.
Yeah, Monet, by the way, he came from bottom. They had him go bottom. They took that tower. He came over mid. Maybe if they win that fight a little bit more destructively, they can go and grab a tower there. It's going Scotty pretty early on. He's got the Yasha and Dragon Lance. Arrow comes in. That lands with the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. Static Storm. The silences. Monet's just going to die. There's no way to save him. Sumail and XXS are going to show up maybe to try and get something out of this. Their attention is set on Phoenix,
no, Kaka again.
Kaka caught once more, silenced up, on the run. There's the Primal Split. There is a Finger with an Earth Spike. A stack's a stack, but he's giving up like 6 intelligence for this. Sunstrike lands on a Phoenix while all this is going on, and XXS is going to be able to get that kill as they look over at Undyne and kill him as well.
That was very deep. into enemy triangle. You manage to kill Terrorblade, Static Storm to silence them up, but then again, a better silence, the global one, not the flat Earth silence that Disruptor just casted, and yeah, works much better, but way too deep. I thought that Kaka might die immediately if he had another curse available, but it was on cooldown. Finally, he gets the stack, as you said, but yeah, losing some of that intelligence early on. One of the reasons why he didn't have enough mana to cast the finger with in the mid lane. Lost 4 there already, I believe.
Yeah.
Team Bright, they're doing a good job. Playing as 4 while Anti-Mage is farming exactly what you need to do. Relieve some pressure from He2T, who's about to finish off this battle period. 14.5 minutes into the game, which is not too bad.
Is it enough? And by the way, Monet, he turned from the Scotty Q up to the Manta.
Wants to remove Global Silence. Also Searing Chains, break the combo, get some extra farm.
Yeah, recognizing in that last fight, he was silenced for so long, unable to get that Sunder off. Static Storm and a Meteor down right on top of Phoenix, so they're going to take out the Ember Spirit. That's a sentence that always confuses everybody. And as they look for Undyne, they'll grab another. That's 2 kills for Team Aster. And they're going to put some pressure onto the Tier 1 tower over mid as well.
Yeah, they do have a lot of control. Another good Static Storm from Pichu, surprises Ember Spirit, and then they have enough control. Kaka, he's still chasing. Sunstrike available.
That's Finger in a second. He's also close to the blink. Get the tower. They went all in for it. So that works out for him. There's the Midas. Kind of a late Midas. He went Bracer, Treads, Bracer, Wand, Witchblade, Midas.
So wants to like scale into the late game, have that hand of Midas, but also wants to be very active early on, which he definitely is. Having that global presence definitely helps, but looking at these items on Invoker, it kind of feels weird. Not gonna lie. Like double Bracer, it's gonna take time to get used to it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take. It's gonna take time for it to double. I'm like, yeah, 10 more minutes. I always have to wait for the end of the sentence. I never really know sometimes where.
Neither do I. I don't know where my brain's gonna take me. It is a journey.
It's always great to see where it ends. These heroes are looking overbought with Imitator, Undyne, and everything in the vicinity. He's leaving Sumail to farm up in the top lane. He's using that Midas, getting as much as he can. Phoenix slight some remnants towards the top rune, and he's away from the fight. But does he get caught? XXS. He's got split if they want to get some control, but nobody else is with him, so there's no reason to really do any of that.
The game slowed down a bit. It feels like Team Bright, they don't necessarily need to make these fights.
He's caught.
But he's a tanky boy.
Yeah, it's tough to kill him.
Back him up.
Sunstrike, gonna land with that glimpse, but they still don't get the kill with the finger. The smoke's used, and he's able to get out. That's really, really cool. I love a play like that. XXS just moving forward, doesn't know that all these heroes see him. They're just under the shroud of the Moonlight Shadow. You know, everything the light touches may be theirs, but the shadows are covering up the side of Team Bright. Doom used on XXS. Arrow flying in. Kaka can't catch a break. He can catch an arrow, though. And they're going to get this kill onto XXS. So they'll take some of his intelligence. Phoenix will get credit for that one. And this pressure that's been put on by Aster ends up biting them a little bit, giving up that death on the Brewmaster.
They used a lot of things. Finger, Meta, and Static Storm to try to get a kill on Doom. Didn't get it in the end. And also XXS, he feels like he's super tanky whenever he's brewed up. You have like 70% magic resistance during the Earth stance. Plus, he's building into pipe, but got doomed and got focused down. A couple of right clicks underneath the tower.
Earth Spike and the Kinetic Field. They've got the Hex afterwards. That's going to be a kill for Sumail. He's going into the Manta style as well. Mid lane, Phoenix is fighting XXS. He's got a remnant somewhere, hopefully, because he's taking a lot of damage, and if he's not careful, they'll catch him with a level 4 glimpse.
Phoenix is really struggling this game. Lowest net worth core. at the moment, only having Maelstrom, Orb of Corrosion, like he needs one good team fight because he also
Blink
needs
in.
a BKB.
Earth Spike, Meteor, Static Storm onto the tankiest hero. They're still trying to get a kill here onto the Doom, and eventually he does fall. Irving's dead, but Pichu might be traded. Imitator running forward. Ooh, they needed one more right click to get that kill. Imitator now trying to leave, but the ward placed down by the Disruptor allows him to get the vision for the glimpse. They've got the Tornado, and that will hit on an Imitator, and so will that last right click to get a kill again here for the Invoker.
Success like they needed Phoenix some extra damage, or slightly more control with the searing chains, because both supports on Aster were really low. And if Ember is there, 2 slides chains, he can easily delete them, and then maybe there's not going to be the glimpse. But yeah, seems like they're very afraid right now, and Aster are using this opportunity because Anti-Mage does not want to take a fight, and you'll see Monet joining some of these earlier fights. So now they take a tier 2 tower, and they can take the enemy outpost, and you can see them already drawing on a minimap. Go into the enemy triangle and take it. This outpost change makes game much more difficult, I would say, now that it's being in triangle, because you can always this is where the carry farms. You can easily TP to. Let's say they TP to tier 2 tower. You can easily counter TP with the outpost. Sure, it is a longer TP, but yeah, makes Dota feel different with the changes.
I'm always a big fan of things feeling a little bit different. Like when the big changes come out. I was still hoping for my idea of a bridge that went across the river to happen, but
do you have to pay the toll to get across
to the bridge troll? Yeah, you do.
Toll troll?
Yeah. Otherwise, you end up well, taking some damage as you walk across it. But it was a cool idea in my mind. You know, it gives you a high ground advantage for heroes in the river. Maybe, I don't know.
You should start writing them down, and then we can
ship them to Ice Rock in Seattle.
We were not into that territory yet, but you know, choose the best 3 of the year, or the 3 best of the DPC, 2 best of the TI qualifiers, and Team Aster will go into Roche Pit. Seems like there's not gonna be any kind of contest from Team Bright. They do have more than enough damage. This is Terrorblade with the Alacrity we're talking about. And look at positioning from Pichu, ready to counter-initiate with Static Storm if necessary.
Yeah, nobody's coming this way. Till free Roche. Oh, and he's got the Alacrity, and he's got that Manta. He's actually also not terribly far from the Scotty info. His farming has been quite nice, but we haven't really talked about Hiduti. He's got Battle Fury Manta. He's sitting 3rd in the net worth. He'll take over this Invoker spot in a moment.
Yeah, we can talk about Anti-Mage. 0-1-1, died once in the laning stage, but Battle Fury continues to farm up. Now we can talk about the next hero, because he seems like not going to be joining anytime soon. Might need another item before he joins a team fight.
Okay, fair enough. We'll get a Imitator. He dies here to Kaka. Got himself that 2nd Finger of Death stack. Well, they took the Tormentor in the top area of the map. Actually, Undyne had to walk away a little bit. That was really hurting him. He's standing there with his party hat on and getting whipped up by the Tormentor. But at the end of the day, it's Imitator who gets that shard, even though he's dead.
Yeah, not the best, not the worst shard. It gives you that damage, very weird to just leap into someone. It's more about having ability to use leap during Moonlight Shadow and not getting revealed, and that 1 extra charge. Kaka again, he's searching, he's chasing Team Bright. There was a 4K gold lead at one point, maybe even 5 for Team Aster, but now it's down to 2-3K.
They're still more ready to fight right now, though, and they're with this Aegis, not terribly scared of going up on the high ground for at least a moment.
And he's still farming, does have TP available.
I mean, eventually this game's got to turn into Toy Story, and Andy's got to be coming, right?
Earth
Spike.
maybe not yet. For now, he's just split pushing. Has that dragon scale, global
silence. Kaka's in trouble, but ooh, the arrow and the slight with the silence on him. He's gonna smoke. He'll survive and just barely escape. Did some damage to the tier 3, but it would have been much happier with a tower and or a fight that went their way.
He2T, he's getting a lot from the map. Sure, you did almost lose a tier 3 tower, but he's getting the farm. He's waiting for his next item, and as I said, like, he definitely needs one more to join the fights, and he wants to have BKB for himself to counter this Glimpse, Static Storm, Lion. He can't be the one jumping the target, getting very close to it. I think as soon as he gets it and there's no Aegis available on Monet, they're gonna try to take a fight.
Smoked up on the other side of this lane. Throwing an arrow out. Monet still working with an Aegis. That's up for another 2 minutes. But while this is going on, like, Anti-Mage is taking advantage of a lot of the map. Like you said, split pushing, the farm. He is eating up everything he can around
yeah.
Where he's at.
Unfortunately for him, for this kind of a split push, he would definitely love the previous patch when Dragon Scale did work on illusions, but now it doesn't anymore. It was such an obnoxious thing when you were playing against Naga Siren, because she can just, like, take tier 2 towers by illusions.
Never fun. So smoke used, they're getting the wraparound. Kaka leading the charge, blink in with the Hex onto Irving. Force Staff or Spike, Sunstrike coming in, hits Undyne, using that Doom that's going to be on XXS. They get the kill on the Imitator, Phoenix on the backlines, looking over at Pichu. We already dropped on the Static Storm, so they get the kill on the Disruptor. They'll look for a +1 and an XXS. This is right now, well, He2T joining, going all the way for Team Bright. Monet trying to stand his ground and fight this one, but he's in trouble. Yeah, he's got an Aegis to work with, but does he have the help to work with?
Kill him. They might try to time it if they can chase him long enough.
50 seconds is a long chase.
Relatively long time, but you can see what they try to do. Burn his mana so he cannot sunder and then leave him there. Pichu forced to use a buyback, and now we're having a game because there's no network advantage anymore. For Team Aster, Anti-Mage just got a BKB. This was the double BKB timing, and as soon as they got it, they try to take the fight to make it triple, because Doom also had one.
Wow. And this is... I think Team Bright's in a perfect spot at the moment.
I feel like they can outscale them coming into the late game. Because if they take out supports first, if you kill Lion, Disruptor, and you can relatively easy do so with the global silence, you have 3 heroes, like 3 cores that love to jump them. All you need to do is have, like, vision. If they are fighting underneath the vision with the BKBs up, I think Bright are winning a team fight.
So 26 minutes into the game, and Anti-Mage now leads the net worth. They see him under this ward. They've got the vision. They know where these heroes are at, and Aster have been playing this side of the map quite a bit, but it is really just allowing Anti-Mage to get everything he wants and more. And you saw what he was able to do when he came into the fight. So can they beat this triple BKB timing? XXS committing into an Ags. You've got, you know, not everything you'd want on Monet just yet. He wants a BKB. And I think he's going to be feeling quite nice to farm. We'll have to see, right?
Monet's pretty big. Like, he hits hard. It's just, can he lock onto the target? Anti-Mage also, like, I feel like He2T can easily split push. Even if they try to go on him with, like, Lion, Static Storm, they can break the combo by a little bit of time with global silence, so there's not going to be like finger or some like follow-up hex from Lion.
They're up in the triangle still. This ward just sees Kaka. They know exactly where he's at. They see Monet instead. That's the one they really want to get. And it's going to be Monet in so much trouble. Mana voided out of this one, and Kaka's going to drop behind him. And XXS, even his pandas are just in so much of a problem point. As Kaka, he's not there to help, neither is Monet. They go after Sumail. They're going to find themselves the Invoker. Even with the Lincolns, they'll take him out. And this game has fallen well in favor of Team Bright.
I feel like if Bright wins one more fight, Roshan's going to be on the menu for them. E2T, he's chasing, because like XXS, like his items are like he invested into Shard, bought the pipe, bought the Spirit Vessel. These are all like standard Brewmaster items. But if you compare it to Doom, who's going to like really scale into the mid and late game, oh, Pichu.
First spike. And the Hex. With the finger, can he get the kill? That's not how that works. However, Glimpse pulling him back. And they get the kill on Imitator.
It's just the gates from Disruptor were not fully closed.
Yeah, it's like when a cat accidentally runs into a window or something like that. Just leaped and then, nope. Still right there. When it comes down to it, what's it gonna look like when it's just at TB against the Anti-Mage?
You can't control him. I think they understand like how they need to play out the fights, because he was underneath the vision. Terrorblade, like they caught a glimpse of him with this Observer Ward in the triangle, so they managed to get the first jump. I don't think they're gonna be jumping Terrorblade in the next like fight unless they find an opening with the Doom. Taking out these two supports, and then you don't have control. Like Brewlings, Anti-Mage, Ember, they don't care too much about it. Especially Anti-Mage, he can easily kill them, even during like the BKB. And he just finished off Scotty, so that's a big timing. Makes him super tanky. Got that level 20 talent, blink cast range. It's been nerfed by 50, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the previous patch. But yeah, still very good overall. Makes you much more maneuverable in the team fights, and they want to take a fight right now.
As they should. They are 2K net worth ahead, but it feels like this game's all lining up for them at the moment. Aster are going to have to be the ones who are coming back against Team Bright. Oh boy, they're setting up. There's the Doom, but the BKB was popped there by Monet. Tornado comes out. BKB from Phoenix. They'll leap forward. They've got the dust. They'll look over at these Panda Bears as he'll go back to form, but he's chased up. On the other side, they drop down the Static Storm. They get the kill on Kaka. They got to trade for Phoenix. They'll take the Ember Spirit, and now can these heroes escape on the side of Team Bright? They kind of fought this in a weird two-pronged attack, and the stack of the attack didn't work out for them, so they're going to lose a +1 in Undyne. And that's really, giving up Phoenix's life is big gold here for the side of Aster.
It is big. Also, like, changes to Doom, because it doesn't mute items anymore. Like, you see Terrorblade popping a BKB after and using a TP. It's like, what the hell's going on? Like, everything you know about Dota, you have to rethink nowadays, because Doom, because Doom has been like that forever, pretty much. Like, you couldn't use your items, and now you're like, oh, I can blink out if I didn't take any damage, and it feels very awkward. So now they're gonna go into the Roche pit. This is the second Roche without Global Silence, without Doom. It doesn't seem like Bright is gonna take this fight. So getting a freebie here.
Nor should they.
When I was talking about blinking from the Doom, like TA with the refraction on, for example, can't blink out. You cannot, but unless you have some kind of damage barrier.
So there's that Aegis going to Monet. We'll see if they can do anything with this Aegis. The game's still sitting about even. Also, XXS, he swapped off that Ags, and he's going into a Lincoln's himself. So he and Sumail will have one. Daedalus next on the list for the Terrorblade, while Anti-Mage is looking to finish off that Abyssal.
As soon as Anti-Mage gets Abyssal Blade, he can easily lock onto the target. If they had that in the previous fight, or just a casual basher, maybe one bash on a Monet would make the difference in a fight. And they're picking out Tormentor. This is the second one. First one belonged to Imitator, and let's see who gets it now.
Will be Undyne. So Undyne gets that. Gets that upgrade to the glaives. We'll see how much he does with that. He's got himself 14 permanent intelligence stolen, so it's not like it's not a lot, but it's not nothing, that's for sure. There's that Daedalus finished. E2T, he's getting a lot of experience. He's almost level 23, while Monet's only sitting here at level 18. He's also going for a Lincoln's after picking up this Daedalus. So all 3 cores are going to get a Lincoln's, making sure they can keep themselves alive through the Doom.
Doom, Mana Void, Abyssal Blade, these are the big ones.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
It's going to be tough still, even with the Lincolns. We'll have to see if they can survive having that spell block, if and when they do get to it. Arrow flies through, and just having these illusions push this top tier 3 in. Got a lot of that damage earlier on, but haven't gotten much damage in a while for it, so... So we're looking over at mid where they go to the Metamorphosis. They've got the smoke behind it. Aster looking to make a move. Phoenix up ahead. But again, they've got that Lincoln's. They're going to place it onto Monet. Try to keep him alive as he's going to frontline with this Metamorphosis, having this Aegis. So there's the Moonlight Shadow used, and eventually there should be a jump. Using this meta, he's not going to have it if he ends up dying. There's the Global Silence, but they look for the right-click damage coming in on the Imitator. He2T's going in, but the Tornado lands onto the Anti-Mage. So right-clicks on Kaka. He's got a bash. He'll get a kill. He'll take out the Lion. They've got the Aegis out of the hands of Monet. There's the Doom, but the BKB. Oh, the bash while he's trying to TP out. Now he's in trouble. Monet's going to die here. They've taken out a second who doesn't have buyback. Side of Searing Chains coming through onto this Disruptor. And the Mana Void confirms the triple kill here for He2T. And that goes the way of Team Bright once again as they try to lead the charge with this terribly, but it doesn't work out once again.
Oh, Sumail got arrowed, so he did not use a single spell pretty much in that fight. And also Lion got jumped. You can see the damage dealt 0 by Lion. Didn't do anything. They need these arrows, like Searing Chains into arrow, now Anti-Mage with the full Abyssal Blade coming up to him. So that's going to be even an easier way for them to lock onto a target and just instantly delete it. Aster, I feel like they're done. I feel like there's really hard fights ahead of them because they don't have like the clear entrance to the fight. There's some good mana burn coming out from EMP, from Emperor.
It's got that EMP upgrade with the shard too, so it makes it hard to kind of avoid losing that mana. But they're the first ones to break the high ground on the side of Team Bright. Now this is where the biggest test comes out, right? We've talked about it so many times, these tier 2 teams, that they end up getting these leads, they start looking to go up out of the high ground, and they don't know how to finish games. So Team Bright now, they've got to prove me wrong.
Like relatively easy because you have one of the better late game carries in the game who's about to crack level 25. He needs one more creep wave and that's it. So you can take that Mana Void cooldown and he's fully jacked. I mean, he can still buy Aghanim's Scepter, you know, but already is 6 slotted. Get the shard, which is a new shard, counterspell ally.
Very original.
Use it on someone and it also creates the illusion of Anti-Mage. It also works on your own counterspell, so that's pretty neat.
A shard maybe he'll want if he gets it for free. Hurricane Pike picked up for the Terrorblade. Monet, again, choosing to skip that Lincoln's, and he's going to continue to choose to skip it even longer as he wants to go into the Butterfly. So Aster 8K net worth behind, and Bright, they did take a game off Azure Ray in that first round of the upper bracket. They might be in line of taking a game off of Aster here as they're setting up his 5.
They're ready to go.
That secondhand smoke hitting Phoenix.
He2T, he did not die for like good 35 minutes. There was one death in the laning stage. After that, pretty much a perfect game from him.
Yep.
Let's see who they can find.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Doesn't seem like they're going to be able to find anyone. And now Aster playing a bit of a split push game, sending out these TB illusions, Fort Spirits, forcing someone to get out. It's going to be Phoenix, who used Remnant to come back. And they're also using the scan, both teams, trying to figure out where enemies are. E2T, he's in.
Can they commit to defending this? I don't really think so. They've got Pichu just trying to farm up this axe. That's what he wants. He's down in the bottom out area of the map, just farming these creep camps. He desperately wants this axe.
Very close to it. Like, this is the game changer for sure. Has Philly Stone, so that helps tremendously. If you manage to get like ulti on 2 heroes, I think this is their comeback into a fight. Some extra control coming out from Lion. They do have the damage, that's for sure, with Invoker and Terrorblade, who has Daedalus going into Butterfly next, has a neutral item, Mindbreaker, so that's a lot of magic damage, attack speed as well.
Sold the dust, by the way, to get that eggs. Now he's got that upgraded Static Storm. That still mutes.
It's not tied to level 25 talent like it is with Doom now. It's very hard to choose. Like Doom level 25, it's like you're really sweating. Which one do I want to get? Doom applies break, Doom applies mute. You want to take the red pill or the blue pill?
The choice is yours, Neo. You're the one who has to make it. Kaka. Thinking about making the jump here, but arrow thrown, that hits a Forge Spirit. They'll take over this outpost, and Roche is up in 2 minutes.
Asher, they're like more experienced team, so they are now into this territory where they're trying to figure out, you know, how do we win this game? Like, how do we delay it? They're also split pushing a lot, TB illusions and Invoker illusions, sending out whatever they can, dealing some chip damage to tier 3 towers. Maybe if they can open it up, try to buy a little bit more time.
Certainly trying. You know, maybe think about throwing those illusions top. Might be the move. But Roche up in a minute. Smell wanted this hex, but he's going to be gold short of it. E2T. Oh, they know they're all on that high ground. They go to the Moonlight Shadow. They've got the Remnant coming across. They're going to throw that arrow out. It's not going to hit Sumail this time, but the BKB popped here by Irving, and now they're going to throw that Doom out. They've got the Static Storm with the mute. Ooh, can they catch anybody else with this? Can they get the damage out? They go to the Global Silence, but now they don't have the burst damage coming out from the finger with the BKB popped here by Phoenix. He goes to the Sleight of Fist, the Searing Chains. They get the Kona XXS before he's able to get the Primal Split off. Now the Mana Void is used. They get the Kona Kaka. They'll take him out as well. No burst from the finger. Imitator going forward. Sumail's going to die. He's got buyback. Right clicks in. They get the Kona E2T. Sunder's used. Hurricane Pike comes out, but the buyback's used by E2T, and they get the kill on the Terrorblade. Monet's going to fall here. He's not going to use that buyback. He doesn't have Metamorphosis.
Oh, a bit of a pause. Whew. Not sure what's going on. Sumail, he bought back, doesn't have TP available, so he will need to run. I don't think he's going to be able to get much out of this TP. That was like perfect silence coming out from Imitator, because Kaka blinked in and was ready to use Earth Spike Hex to control him so Terrorblade can deal damage during the Static Storm.
Right.
It never happened. Like, perfectly timed Global Silence, and yeah, they lose another fight, it seems. Anti-Mage did buy back. Slightly too aggressive, but there is going to be Roche available in 20 seconds, so they can get this after winning a team fight. Let's just see how much they're going to be able to get from this, because Pichu, he looks very dead.
Oh,
he's dead. The question is XXS going to die?
Yeah, XXS is just going to Primal Split to run backwards. E2T is going to see this, and they've got Roche on their mind.
Someone needs to scout it out. Also, Gem drop there, just being pinged out by Doom.
Just sitting there. And no reason for Monet to buy back, considering the fact that he doesn't have meta for another 90 seconds. But that's going to make this very dangerous if they want to go for Roche. But they see Roche, Imitator spots it, and that should be the pullback point here for Team Bright, as that is an Ag's blessing on this Roshan.
That's massive. The question is, who gets it? Do you want to give it to Doom, or you want to give it to Anti-Mage? I feel like Anti-Mage takes it because it's just too good having these like 3 charges and Blink Fragment, and then maybe pick up the shard as well from the new Tormentor that is going to be available pretty soon. So you'll be fully jacked on AM.
Double damage, but Roche not falling terribly quick, but it doesn't matter. They're not going to get here on the side of Aster. So not only this Ag's Blessing, but this Aegis too, which you got the buyback out of He2T, but it's not going to matter.
It's being pinged out. He2T is like, someone pick it up, please.
I'm 8 slotted. And now he's got this blink fragment.
Yeah, managed to get a lot of farm on Silencer, holding the cheese, quickening charm. Global Silence on like 70-second cooldown, and also going for Refresher as his next item. Has 4,000 gold saved up.
So, Butterfly for Monet, but he's still struggling. He wants to get an Ag's Blessing. If they'd won that fight, he would have had one. Can they hold the high ground? We've seen, again, you know, Div 2 teams struggle to find the finish, but Bright looks like they've got the lineup set and know what they want to do, at least for now. They've got this Aegis, and if they can take one more fight, the game should be theirs with the buybacks that were used.
Because Sumail doesn't have buyback, neither does XXS. Both supports, they don't have enough money. Should have it shortly. Again, this Static Storm, it needs to hit multiple people. And Undone, he's going to have Refresher and 500 gold.
They're probably waiting for that.
Because this is like very expensive Global Silence. This is 600 mana we're talking about, but with all the intelligence stolen, and also thanks to the shard upgrade, managed to steal some extra inf with it, so his mana pool is pretty massive.
Ember strength now rekindled.
So, still a lot of time left in the Aegis. They don't have to force anything. You know, they are definitely waiting for this Refresher to be picked up. Could be waiting for Irving to get 25, but probably not. He's also close to a Refresher, though. Double Doom, double Global. The tools are there. Team Bright just need to use them.
I think they can wait for both of these Refreshers to come online and then take a fight. They still have, what, 2.5 minutes left on Aegis. Undying is going to TP back to base, and there's that Refresher.
He really doesn't even need to be in the fight if he just wants to use double global. But this is, by the way, turned into a casual point booster on XXS the entire time. He really wanted that X.
I'm going for Raid Pack. Just kidding. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to get much value out of Aghanim Scepter. I can see what he tried to do because they were ahead at the time, so they could like slowly siege with the Brewlings, put Alacrity on top of one of the pandas, send out the illusions, and now He2T, he starts to munch onto those barracks. Oh, Blink Fragment onto Kaka.
I wonder what we're gonna see in terms of defense. Remnant deep in on their Blink Fragment. And Remnant again, He2T going after Kaka, side of Searing Teeth. They've got the EMP, they've got themselves the Air Spike as well. Can they get the kill into the Anti-Mage before he's able to get anything off? He's looking for the blink away, but they've got the Guardian Greaves for the heal. Nobody dead on the side of Aster just yet, but the chase is on. Looking over for Irving. His BKB is going to run out. They have the control. There's the finger. The burst damage comes in. Double global silence, and they don't come away with anything. Phoenix on the run. The Aerodus is going to be popped. The chase is on for E2T as well as the rest. Sumail comes in with a triple meteor as well as the static storm that's going to be placed down right on top of Phoenix. He's in trouble. The buyback's going to be used by Irving. They go for the right clicks. E2T is going to go in. They got the kill on Sumail, who doesn't have buyback. Now, right clicks. Monet not dealing with a lot of health. He's going to be forced staff back and away. The buybacks of plenty coming out from the side of Team Bright, who have theirs available, but they didn't on the side of Team Aster because of that fight that they lost by the Roche pit. Monet ends up dead. He's going to be forced to buy back. They have the Hex. Pichu, can they keep him controlled? They're draining that mana. He's still got an Aegis for 40 seconds. So does it really matter? Earth Spike, right clicks. There's the Aegis. It's gone.
He wanted to die there, but what a beautiful fight from Team Bright. Like, first, it didn't start off really well because they used the double global silence, Doom as well, but they managed to reset, and they're picking out the top. Like, they want to get Megas, knowing that they don't have the best heroes to deal with Megas. E2T uses that
Remnant
fragment. Kaka now in trouble, getting drained. Doesn't have much mana to work with either.
Not enough for a finger that's going to be back up in 20 seconds, but the blinking from Irving. There's the global. The arrow lands. Kaka's dead. He's got buyback. Sight of his searing chains that's going to lock up XXS. He's got his buyback available. They go to the reflection, but now these illusions, they're all over the place. Kaka's going to blink on forward, but now he's in a lot of trouble. They've got the arcane curse on a Kaka. 44 seconds still without Sumail. Arrow lands on Monet. He's in trouble, but he's got the Sunder available. Phoenix with the BKB, they'll secure the Mega Creeps on the side of Team Bright, but now they've got to finish the game.
I don't know if they want to go in immediately or maybe try to look for another fight. Let's see if they can find an opening. Oh, static storm.
Static on Imitator, though. Yeah. Not the longest cooldown, but it is an opening. Sumail back up in 20.
This is a very important game. This is the, like, best of 3 first game of TI qualifiers, lower bracket, so I would not be surprised if they wait for another Roche. Push it out, push out all the lanes. Roche could be up in 2 minutes. Anti-Mage sitting on 5,000 gold. Doom has Refresher now available. Double Global Silence up in 10 seconds.
The thing that's going to happen, though, except for Monet, the buyback is available for XXS. It's going to come back for Sumail. And maybe that advantage is what gives Aster a chance.
It's a lot of copium, B-Cop. I'm just thinking because I haven't seen like Monet managing to square up, like deal the damage. He's also getting focused. Every single time Irving is on top of him with the Doom, and now Doom hits level 25, Doom applies mute. Finally, we're back at the old Doom.
We've made it all the way. Double old Doom. Monet wants this Ag's Blessing. He's already bought back, so that's on cooldown for another 5 minutes. He's 200 gold short of having the Ag's Blessing. He needs any gold he can get right now. And they should give it to him, because he should buy it out immediately. They want to have a chance to fear them out, maybe get a fight going their way. MKB next on the agenda. Kaka, Blink, Hex coming in. There's the global. First one used. E2T's going to go forward. Kaka trying to get out of this one. They go to the Remnant back with Phoenix. They go to the second global silence. These are early global silences, but they've got the Doom on a Sumail. He's in trouble. He'll end up dead. He doesn't have buyback. There's the refresher coming out from Irving. Oh, the Terror Wave. Oh, it lands on Irving. Now they've got the Hex. Can he even get the Doom off? Earth Spike lands. They've got the drained mana on him, but it's not going to matter with Pichu ending up dead. Monet trying to fight for his life and the team's life in this game, but he is dead. He is gone, and this will be Team Bright taking a big upset in game number 1 over Team Aster as they win 51 minutes into the game, and the Anti-Mage works out.
Ooh, man, this last pick Anti-Mage in the end worked out for them. They did